Hey there, I'm Katsumi, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, the energy right now is very quiet, okay, and cold today, but in a way that feels incredibly safe. And right now, something to do with unreachable. That word is coming through, okay? Something to do with you have gone into incognito mode, okay? So, the universe can work on you without distraction. That's what I'm hearing here, okay? So let's find out what other messages are coming through. So starting off, it feels as though something trapped you. Perhaps you're feeling trapped by a situation. Some sort of, I heard source. So something to do with a source or someone giving you something that made you feel trapped, imprisoned, cornered, or stuck. Okay, maybe in your environment, relationships, the dilemmas. I heard trade off in the atmospheres as well. So that might be a significance, but it made you feel trapped, like an ultimatum of some kind, some sort of dilemma that just made you not, I don't know, it didn't sit right with you, is what I'm hearing, okay? But it's like you move towards peace, a more peaceful situation where you can watch the sun rise and fall, okay? I'm also hearing you're in this calm, serene, and centered environment. You're also really just, I heard catalyst, okay? You're being a catalyst in your life towards peace, is what I'm hearing, okay? Or someone, something is coming in to be a catalyst in your life. Okay, you start up in the position of the death. Okay, that's very interesting positioning there. Okay, I've been having like these what is it? These visions, something about 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Okay, I'm also hearing things like something to do with just like some sort of rippling effect, something to do with insomnia, something to do with being up at night, something to do with feeling like you're in this perpetual loop, okay, this cycle. It's like you're waking up, like you might feel like perhaps you're in some sort of matrix, okay, in that, death energy, okay. You might feel like certain things are a little off, but you're transforming, you're renewing your vibes. I heard you're renewing the entity, your vessel, okay. You're kind of transforming in some sort of environment at this time, okay, because it's like you're having to like fend yourself off in these battles. I heard you have to duke it out, okay? Maybe you feel like things are just coming up against you at all odds, is what I'm hearing there in the energies. It's as though it's like you have to kind of keep your wits about you because people are almost obsessed with keeping you trapped, obsessed with breaking your peace, is what I'm hearing. It's like you are already in this peaceful state, but people want you to almost like cage you so you can't go outside, kind of thing, okay? This might be related to family. Maybe, you feel trapped with family. Maybe you feel trapped in some sort of work environment, okay? So it's kind of put you in this mode of having to just like fend off these like I don't know why I keep hearing vessels. It's like multiple people are popping up in your energy right now, okay? Um I heard like hidden skeletons. Skeletons are in the closet, okay, with that energy there. It almost gives this vibe of just like you wanting to have stability, okay? Like there's a version of you, okay, that they think they know, is what I'm hearing. But in actuality, it's like it doesn't exist, okay? Because you chose some sort of, you chose your own path. You chose some sort of invisibility, some sort of cloak around you. You kind of casted a veil so that they think they knew you, but they really don't know you to the full extent, is what I'm hearing in that energy. It kind of also makes me feel as though it's like because you've casted this veil on yourself, you're pulling up the browser type of thing, you're typing, you're like, oh, let me just go incognito mode so they don't know what I'm searching up. They don't know what I'm doing next. It's kind of like the vibe where it's like every move that you're making is a mystery, okay? They can't quite put a finger on what you're doing because it's like, I heard the words unmatched. It's like what you are doing isn't quite a part of their frequency. They're not on the same energy, okay, from source, is what I'm hearing, okay? I don't know what it is. Something to do with just a lot of people in your midst trying to balance you out, but you're speaking truth to things with your calm, I heard stoic mentality, okay? That might be of significance. And yeah, something about growth, rewards, and stability. This is what you're looking for. So you're right now focusing on like this thing that's shifting within you, wanting to bloom into lasting achievements, okay? So this energy is almost like you wanting to, I get this idea of like with a greenhouse, it's like you're planting these things, okay? Your seeds of prosperity kind of gives like the Ace of Pentacle vibes, okay? You're looking for stability, you're looking for things to grow and manifest, kind of very similar to like the Four of Pentacles, for instance. And so, as you're watching your seeds blossom, people are wanting to almost, I heard, uh, crack you is what I heard, okay? Kind of want to put a strain on you, a burden on you, okay? This is pretty much what sparked you from moving from this death energy into this Five of Wands, where people in your landscape want to fight, duke it out with you, okay? It's like you're trying to rest and recover, but they don't want you to pick up these swords and like have a safe recovery, a safe transition, okay? It's like you're still on this battleground with them, is what I'm hearing. Maybe you're still going through a lot of these obstacles with a lot of these monitoring. I heard monitoring spirits, okay? All right. Maybe these people are monitoring your day-to-day activities somehow. Maybe they're tracking you, maybe through your cellular device, maybe through your browser history, maybe they're tracking your car. Maybe they're monitoring old places that you visit for like some sort of sign of weakness, or old things that you did or were doing, like your actions, your patterns, things like that. Something about you operating in some sort of frequency of complete silence, something that they can't quite put a finger on, because it's like you're able to, I'm hearing it's like you're being like a ninja in the night, okay? It's almost like you're being very stealthy, okay? You're operating in silence, a frequency of silence, okay? For your next evolution is what I'm hearing there as well. But people just kind of want to, I don't know what it is. I heard the words incriminate you for some reason. People want to incriminate you, but it's like you come across as this individual who's like, you're giving assistance, you're caring about people, you're sharing, you're a kind soul, you're willing to, ease other people's daily burdens. But I feel as though someone is coming in to do the same for you as well, which is kind of why you're able to kind of shift away from some of these entities. But for some reason, like this energy that I've been feeling recently, it's like there's just so much turmoil in the midst. Something to do with people don't want to let you go, okay? But it's like you've gone ghost, you're disappearing. It's like it's like some sort of power grid went off, you know what I mean? It's like the electricity, the connection to you is no longer present. Okay, maybe you block them, maybe you no longer are reachable, which is why the word unreachable came through, okay? Maybe they send you messages and they want you to look at it, but like there's like no scene marker or anything like that. So it's like you've just gone completely, ghost, like you're no longer present in their lives, okay? It feels like this has been some bit of time where you kind of just set yourself to the side, put yourself away from these kind of, I heard misery for some reason, the misery of others, the misery of their doing, so that you can pretty much, I heard the word orchestrate your life into some sort of path that you want to take, okay? Something to do with exploring opportunities beyond routine, and a new starting point will arrive. So it's like you're trying to just keep a sail, keep your security tight while you're in the midst of some of these like past energies that try to creep up. It kind of feels like someone that you ghosted maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. They creep up, they try to message you through your email, message you through other phones, so because they used to perhaps have the same phone number, so they know their phone number is blocked, so they use someone else's phone number to try to reach you. Maybe they try to go to your work environment, your education environment. It kind of feels very stalkery, okay? But it feels like there's just some sort of like social blackout, okay? Something to do with like you're just a total mystery and you've disappeared, okay? Ooh. Just like the energy feels also fickle, okay? Some sort of hollow victory that is being had or being placed upon your opposition is what I'm hearing. It feels almost like people you just didn't have good, I heard, doesn't like you don't have good blood between them, okay? There's just like this weird ego battle, like that this person spruced up, it's like, and it just brought a lot of emotional pain is what I'm hearing, okay? And so while you're kind of like just going through your next evolution, I feel as though they're becoming obsessed with your absence, okay? Because they lack your presence, which was like a very powerful, I heard something to do with like your presence was very powerful. It made a statement, okay, more of a statement than they could ever make, okay, is what I'm hearing. Or maybe I'm also hearing that your absence made a statement more than it ever could make, or something like that. That might be of significance, okay? But now you're kind of, I don't know what it is. People want to make peace with you, okay? They want to bring back nostalgia. They want to bring back kindness. They want to bring back the innocence of the relationship. Be like, hey, I still care about you. I still love you. Things like that. They want to kind of reawaken past, I don't know why I heard past traumas. Maybe it's reawakening past traumas in you, okay? By seeing a message from them, hearing them try to reach out to you in any sort of way. I'm hearing they're trying to reach out on all social medias, either through like Instagram, Facebook, like you name it, okay? Maybe even a LinkedIn, anywhere they can get to you or have some sort of connection or reach out to you, they're doing it, okay? It feels very much like they don't understand your boundaries, is what I'm hearing, okay? So it's kind of like you have to put up with this burden, this strain for just a little bit longer, is what I'm hearing, okay? Because they're still like at it, okay? They're wondering why you went off grid. They're wondering why you disappeared. They're wondering, where are you? What can they do to reconnect with you? But it's like there's the connection is no longer there, is what I'm hearing in the energies, okay? But yeah, it's like you're keeping your peace, okay? And you're moving towards this Ace of Wands energy where it's just like you are now sparking into some sort of new, I heard invigorated lifestyle, okay? It's like you want what's right for you. You're now focused on that going forward. There's some new energy in you, some new inspired thoughts you have. Perhaps you have some new endeavors you want to make. Maybe you found a new relationship that works better for you. Maybe you found a new working environment. Maybe you stepped away from a working environment, There's just a lot of, I heard chefs in the kitchen, okay, that just pushed you to the breaking point, is what I heard, okay? So you went ghost, okay? You just said, hey, I'm dipping out. I'm going incognito mode, okay? That's the motion that I'm feeling here, okay? So you awakened, okay, from some sort of energy, some sort of projection onto you, okay? Something crucial was brewing up in the background. It kind of set stream into your life. I heard set steam, set ablaze of something in your life, okay? It feels as though people said something, did something that created some sort of rippling effect and some sort of alignment, some sort of partnership, okay? So you had to make a choice, is what I'm hearing there. And I feel like you were holding tight to something because whenever I feel like there's like death energy in the mist, okay, it definitely feels like it's like you have to make a hard choice. And it's not an easy thing to go through because it's like not only is it killing off an aspect of a situation, but it could be also killing off an aspect of you as well as an individual. But you're releasing things, you're releasing that overload, that burden, okay? You're letting go of these habits, these things that are sapping your inner strength, these people that are taking you for granted, these people who are siphoning your energy and good-hearted nature, trying to trap you in certain dilemmas, get you twisted in all sorts of situations, okay? I heard compromising situations, okay? Maybe even compromising positions that people tried to place you in. It's almost like, oh, the coffee here is free. You take a sip of the coffee after several weeks and you end up getting fired. You know what I mean? Because they think that you're embezzling from the company and you're stealing from the company. So it's like these things that people try to do to try to like twist and concoct some sort of narrative around you. That's like, it's like you're done with it. So yeah, now you're kind of just seasoning things off, with a hint, I'm hearing with a hint of sarcasm, okay? So you're balancing your efforts with reward, okay? So you're maintaining balance between effort and reward, and satisfaction is beginning to double for you, okay? Let's find out what else is happening for you in your final outcome with that Ace of Wands, okay? 10 of Wands. There's quite a lot of motion for you going forward, but it's like, wow, the energy is so heavy in the beginning too, because it's like you want to kind of just let go, but it's so hard because you built up a level of rapport with these people, a level of, reciprocity, something to do with just like you built up a connection with these individuals, but you're just like, time to get out of a situation. You had to kick the bucket with this pail, is what I'm hearing, okay? Or maybe they had to kick the bucket, you had to kick their bucket off of some sort of pedestal, is what I'm hearing. Okay? Because these individuals were sharks, okay? I'm hearing there's just like sharks in this big tank, and you're just like this happy, go lucky, shark or fish. You're chilling, You're probably not biting back. You're like, hey, we're both sharks. We're both trying to win together. Let's do this. But they're biting back. You know what I mean? So take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth, is kind of what the spirit is saying. It's kind of like they're going to bite back to try to affect your material wealth, or affect your passion, affect your spirit, okay? So it's like you're kicking the pail to that situation, is what I'm hearing, okay? As you move forward, there's going to be a wish granted to you as well, which is beautiful to see. It kind of gives me some sort of, like when you have like some sort of event, you eat a turkey and you kind of break the wishing bone in half. It feels as though this is reminiscent of that moment, kind of the nostalgia of the wish being granted, okay? It's gonna happen sometime in May, okay? Or maybe a significance in terms of your birthday, the next step in your career, the next step in your money path, when this wish will kind of begin to tap into the frequencies of kind of hitting. I'm hearing like it's becoming like it's adding up towards like fruition, okay? Something like that is what I'm hearing, okay? I heard something about have faith, something to do with March. Interesting. Um, we're in March at the time of this reading, but maybe it's like I heard stay clear. Something about heed this warning. Stay clear is what I heard. Okay, something about a stead, like a horse. Okay, steadfast is what I heard. Okay, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Okay, so it's like get ready. Things are about to get crazy. Okay, is what I'm hearing. There might be discord among family and friends. Okay, in the midst of all of this, while you're trying to level up yourself in your career and your lifestyle, there's gonna be people that come out of that the woodworks, as I always say. People will be coming out of the woodworks, trying to creep up, okay? Trying to be buddy buddy because they know that you're reaching a level of success that perhaps they themselves were unable to grasp in their reality. Perhaps due to their low level of frequency, perhaps due to the karmic debt that they have to pay off, okay, based on actions that they've done towards others. But nonetheless, you're more or less in the zened out mode with this teapot, okay? You're gonna have deep friendships with someone of the same, either the same gender, you might have similarities in some regard. It might just even be like the opposite gender or just anyone in general, just having a deep connection with someone, okay? And it's gonna be a very victorious endeavor that, like, kind of sprues up alongside that as well. So it's kind of feeling like you're going on some sort of journey. You're meeting new people. You're Things are happening in March, somewhere between March to May, okay? You're on this money path, okay? It's like things are finally stabilizing for you. You now have like a sense of security coming through. Yeah, with this success, okay? And universe is just clarifying that and doubling down on the energies. So yeah, just keep doing your thing, okay? You know, stay in incognito mode, live your best authentic life. Find the peace that you deserve, okay? Like kind of just break out of all these I heard entrapments, okay? Break out of all of these cages that people try to place upon you. And even like self-deprecating, beliefs, you're shutting that down and you're stepping into a new, like almost like a refound, renowned version of yourself. Like you're refining yourself again and your self-worth. So keep doing that, okay? So yeah, these are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment down below. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.